They say self-love is emotion. A tender thought, a soft whisper to yourself, a warm bath, a kind word. But in the quantum field, love isn't an emotion, it's a frequency. It's the fundamental vibration that organizes every particle of your being into coherence. Every moment you breathe, you emit information into the field. Your body, your thoughts, your heartbeat, all broadcast signals that say, "This is who I am." And the universe, endlessly precise, mirrors those signals back to you through people, events, and circumstances. When the signal says "I am incomplete," the field bends to prove it. When it says "I am whole," the field harmonizes around you. It is not morality. It is not reward. It is resonance. Self-love is not found in thought, it's felt as vibration. It is the subtle hum beneath your heartbeat, the still presence behind every breath. When you tune to that vibration, you stop searching for love and start radiating it. You stop asking for proof and become the evidence. Love is the architecture of coherence itself. It aligns your electromagnetic field, heals your nervous system, synchronizes your heart and brain. It teaches every cell to remember its natural rhythm, a rhythm older than fear, deeper than memory. The tragedy of humanity is not the absence of love, it's the forgetting of it. From childhood you were conditioned to earn worth through effort, approval, comparison. Each criticism carved interference into your signal. Each rejection distorted your resonance. But distortion is temporary. Frequency can be recalibrated. You don't heal self-hatred with logic. You heal it with vibration. When you stop arguing with your reflection and begin listening to your energy, you notice something miraculous. Beneath the static, the original tone of your worth is still there, steady, ancient, waiting. Every act of compassion toward yourself amplifies that tone. Every time you breathe through shame instead of fighting it, the field brightens. The atoms composing your body literally emit more light, biophotons, when you rest in gratitude instead of guilt. Science calls it coherence, mystics call it love. It is the same phenomenon. You were never disconnected from love, only out of tune with it. The moment you stop searching outside and begin resonating inside, the field recognizes you again. And when it recognizes you, it reorganizes everything around you to match your new frequency. Imagine the heart as a living sun, pulsing electromagnetic waves into the quantum sea. Each beat sends information faster than thought, communicating not only with your cells but with the entire field around you. When the heart and brain vibrate in harmony, they create a torus of pure coherence, a self-sustaining loop of energy. That loop is what you call love. It doesn't need words, it doesn't demand proof. It simply radiates. In that state, you no longer chase validation. You emit it. The need to be loved dissolves because the frequency of love already flows through you. And anything that doesn't match that frequency gently falls away. This is why real transformation often feels like loss. You're not losing people, you're losing resonance. You're not being punished, you're being recalibrated. The quantum frequency of self-love restructures everything it touches. It clears emotional residue, rewrites cellular memory, and restores balance to your energy field. When you hold this vibration long enough, the external world must respond, not as coincidence but as coherence made visible. There is a science to worthiness. The human heart produces the strongest electromagnetic field in the body, thousands of times more powerful than the brain. When the heart vibrates with appreciation, its rhythm becomes smooth and ordered, sending a wave of coherence through every organ, every cell. This physiological harmony spills into the quantum field. The environment around you begins to organize, not metaphorically but measurably. Randomness turns into pattern. Synchronicity replaces chaos. You start meeting people who mirror your new tone of peace. The secret is emotional alignment. You cannot vibrate as love while broadcasting fear. You cannot magnetize worth while transmitting doubt. The field only knows frequency. So instead of trying to change the world, change the broadcast. Before you speak, feel. Before you act, tune. Because your vibration always precedes your results. Self-love, at the quantum level, is simply emotional coherence, the point where heart and awareness move in perfect rhythm. When that happens, life stops being reaction and becomes resonance. You've been taught that self-love is indulgence, ego, vanity. But that misunderstanding keeps the world sick. True self-love is the medicine of coherence, the vibration that heals division not only within you but within humanity. When you vibrate in love, you stabilize the collective field. Your calm becomes a lighthouse in the storm of human noise. Without saying a word, you alter probabilities. You make peace statistically more likely. This is how powerful you are. Every coherent heartbeat sends information into the global field. Every act of forgiveness rewrites the fabric of possibility. You are not insignificant. You are a node in the quantum network of consciousness. When you stop doubting your worth, the network brightens. The whole human field lifts slightly closer to harmony. So yes, self-love is personal, but it's also planetary. When you heal your relationship with yourself, you heal the vibration of the world. There is a moment in every awakening when silence begins to speak louder than thought. It happens the instant you stop fighting your emotions and start feeling them. Because feeling is not weakness, it's data. Your body is an antenna translating vibration into sensation. When you feel loneliness, it's not proof that love is missing. It's your field requesting reconnection. When you feel shame, it's not punishment. It's energy trying to return to coherence. Emotions are frequencies asking to be understood, not suppressed. If you can breathe through the discomfort without judging it, something extraordinary unfolds. The charge dissolves. Energy that once spun in chaotic loops reorganizes into order. You literally re-encode your electromagnetic pattern. This is what healing actually is, not deleting memory but restoring rhythm. Each emotion you accept becomes integrated light. Each tear becomes a calibration of frequency. And then, suddenly, peace arrives, not as an achievement, but as the natural state beneath resistance. You realize love was never gone, it was just buried under interference. The quantum field doesn't punish emotion, it translates it. When you stop labeling your feelings as good or bad, the translation becomes clear again. You can finally hear your own frequency singing through the noise of the world. Your worth is not a conclusion, it's a constant. It doesn't rise with praise or fall with rejection. It simply is. But the mind, addicted to conditions, keeps trying to measure the immeasurable. It searches for proof in mirrors that can only reflect what you already believe. Every compliment that feels uncomfortable, every silence that feels like failure, both reveal the same distortion, the belief that love must be earned. Yet the universe does not operate on merit, it operates on match. When you vibrate as scarcity, you attract echoes of scarcity. When you vibrate as wholeness, abundance finds you without effort. It's resonance, not reward. To reprogram worthiness is to remember that nothing can add to or subtract from your essence. Your value is not negotiable. It existed before you took your first breath. It will remain after your last one fades into light. Every breath you take now is the universe confirming that you are needed. Existence itself is evidence of worth. Otherwise the field would not sustain you. So stop auditioning for love. Stop proving what was never in question. Your frequency has always been enough. The only task left is to believe it long enough for the mirror to agree. Self-love becomes real the moment you stop performing it. It's not in rituals or affirmations repeated from fear. It's in quiet choices made from awareness. Choosing rest instead of exhaustion. Choosing honesty instead of pretending. Choosing presence instead of escape. Each small act tells the field, I am safe to exist as I am. And the field, eternally responsive, begins to mirror that safety. Chaos lessens. People treat you differently, not because they changed, but because you finally stopped radiating the frequency of survival. You shifted into creation. Love is the vibration of permission, permission to be fully alive. It doesn't demand perfection, it invites authenticity. The heart doesn't need you to be extraordinary. It needs you to be coherent. When you live in coherence, time slows. Decisions flow. Opportunities arrive at the exact rhythm of your readiness. You are no longer chasing alignment, you are alignment. In that state, gratitude becomes effortless. You thank the breath for being air. You thank your body for existing. You thank the unseen intelligence that beats your heart in perfect timing with the stars. That gratitude is the purest form of prayer, not words but resonance. There is a hidden architecture to self-love, a geometry of light that exists within your field. Each thought forms a pattern, each emotion bends that pattern toward harmony or distortion. When you think kindly of yourself, your energy takes symmetrical shape. When you criticize yourself, the symmetry breaks. But even broken geometry can be restored. Love is the algorithm of repair. It brings balance to imbalance, proportion to chaos. It's the same principle that guides galaxies, order emerging from spin. To reprogram worthiness, you must align with that cosmic order inside you. Start by noticing how your energy contracts when you speak against yourself. Feel the collapse, the shrinking of possibility. Then breathe. Bring compassion into that space. Imagine light expanding outward from your chest, reorganizing the pattern. That single breath changes measurable magnetic output. You just altered reality. This is not imagination, it's physics in motion. Your body is both instrument and orchestra. And love is the symphony it was always meant to play. When you hold that vibration long enough, life begins to echo music back to you. Doors open, friendships bloom, synchronicities align. The field recognizes the sound of someone who finally remembers their own melody. Sometimes the path to love feels lonely, because as you raise your frequency, everything not in resonance falls away. Old habits, old friends, even old dreams begin to dissolve. This isn't loss, it's refinement. The field is decluttering your signal. Silence replaces noise. Solitude replaces dependency. And in that stillness you meet yourself again, not the mask but the presence behind it. Self-love is not isolation, it's intimacy with your own being. It's learning to sit in your own frequency without needing distraction to confirm you're alive. When you can do that, you become unshakable. Because when love lives inside you, absence loses its power. You stop fearing rejection because nothing external can diminish internal coherence. You stop chasing completion because wholeness is now your baseline vibration. In that moment, the universe takes a deep breath with you. Everything quiets. Everything aligns. The mirror clears and you see yourself not as flesh or story, but as light remembering itself through matter. That is the quantum frequency of self-love. A state beyond emotion, beyond thought, beyond needing to become. It is the realization that you were never separate from the love you seek. You were only separated from the awareness of its constant hum beneath all things. The frequency of self-love begins to reorganize your perception. Colors look brighter. Silence feels safer. Even your memories start to change texture. Pain softens, joy expands, neutrality returns. You are not rewriting the past. You are changing the vibration from which you remember it. Every memory is a quantum field, a snapshot of energy. When you revisit that memory with compassion, you collapse a new version of it. You don't deny what happened, you re-encode what it means. And meaning is frequency. That's why forgiveness heals more than apology ever could. Forgiveness recalibrates the vibration of a moment. It tells the field, I am no longer broadcasting resistance. And immediately, energy that was frozen in time begins to move again. You start to notice subtle shifts. The body feels lighter. The face softens. You breathe deeper without trying. Because guilt consumes coherence, love restores it. Every time you forgive yourself for the past, you send a ripple through the quantum web. A signal that says, I am ready to live as love, not as memory. And the field, hearing that tone, rearranges the future accordingly. The human body is a magnificent transmitter, built for resonance. Your skin receives electromagnetic data. Your gut reads vibration before the brain interprets words. Your heart is a radio broadcasting into infinity. But most people live like static, tuned to fear, interference, doubt. They try to build new lives while transmitting the frequency of self-rejection. It can't work. The field cannot mirror coherence if the source is incoherent. So the work is not in doing more, it's in tuning finer. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel the exact note of peace that lives somewhere beneath the noise. It might be faint at first, but it's constant. That is your true baseline, not anxiety, not scarcity, but quiet radiance. When you stay in that frequency long enough, reality bends around it. You become the eye of the storm, still, luminous, unwavering. And from that stillness, new possibilities collapse into being. Because the universe loves stable frequencies, it trusts them. Stability is the magnet of miracles. Worthiness, at its essence, is neutrality. It doesn't shout, it doesn't defend. It simply exists. To live in self-love is not to walk around chanting, I am amazing. It's to move through life without needing to compare, compete, or apologize for existing. That neutrality radiates strength, quiet, effortless strength. You stop seeking permission to rest, to create, to shine. You just do it. And because your vibration carries no resistance, everything you touch flows with less friction. The irony is that true humility and true confidence are the same vibration, coherence. Both arise when you know who you are and no longer need to prove it. In that state, your creativity blossoms. Ideas arrive as whispers from the field. You act without overthinking because trust has replaced control. And the world, sensing your alignment, rearranges to meet you halfway. This is not luck, it's physics obeying resonance. The field mirrors the frequency of trust. The universe is always loyal to the coherent. Every person you meet becomes a tuning fork. Some amplify your song, others reveal where you are out of tune. Neither is good or bad, both are necessary. When you encounter criticism, listen for resonance. Does it sting because it's true or because it collides with your self-image? When someone praises you, can you receive it without shrinking or inflating? Each interaction is feedback from the field about your current frequency. Relationships are laboratories of vibration. They test the stability of your coherence. They invite you to hold love even when the mirror shows distortion. To love yourself in solitude is initiation. To love yourself amid conflict is mastery, because it proves that your vibration no longer depends on conditions. It's self-generated, self-sustained, a living frequency independent of approval. When you reach that point, you become emotionally sovereign. You don't close your heart to protect it. You keep it open because nothing can destabilize it. That openness is not vulnerability, it's power refined through resonance. The science of coherence reveals something breathtaking. When humans experience emotions of appreciation or compassion, their brain waves and heart rhythms synchronize. That synchronization increases electromagnetic amplitude. Your body literally becomes brighter. In laboratory studies, that light influences other people's brain patterns within seconds. It's invisible empathy, energy communication beyond words. This is why one calm person can de-escalate a room of chaos. It's physics, not personality. So imagine what happens when thousands vibrate as love simultaneously. The planetary field adjusts. Geomagnetic fluctuations smooth. Human consciousness stabilizes. Self-love scales into collective harmony. You are not isolated consciousness. You are a cell in the universal body. Your peace contributes to planetary coherence. Every time you choose compassion over judgment, the earth literally feels lighter. The magnetic field records it. The data exists. You are not dreaming this, you are participating in evolution. At some point, you realize that self-love is not about feeling good all the time. It's about staying coherent even when you don't. Because coherence is not comfort, it's alignment with truth. There will be days when the signal feels weak. Old programs resurface. The static returns. That's when you remember, the frequency of love never disappears. You just stopped listening. Don't resist the noise, observe it. Awareness itself raises frequency. When you watch your fear without feeding it, it dissolves into its source, light. The key is persistence, not perfection. Tuning takes repetition. Every moment of presence is a micro-adjustment toward clarity. You are training your energy field like a musician trains the ear. Eventually, you no longer chase the feeling of love. You stabilize it. You become the instrument that plays harmony no matter the environment. That is real mastery, silent, steady radiance that remains even in darkness. You cannot fake vibration. You can say the right words, wear the right smile, but the field hears the undertone. It always listens to your true frequency. So the path of self-love is radical honesty. Not performance but presence. To admit when you are tired, to rest without guilt, to speak truth without aggression. Honesty is coherence. Pretending drains energy because it splits the signal. Half of you transmits truth, half transmits fear. The field can't harmonize contradictory information. But the moment you align thought, word, and feeling, power returns. You feel it, a quiet surge, a homecoming. Love is not the absence of shadow, it's the inclusion of it. To love yourself fully is to make peace with contradiction, to let duality collapse into wholeness. You are both light and dark, wave and particle, infinite and human. And the field celebrates that paradox because coherence is not uniformity, it's harmony among difference. The deeper you travel into self-love, the more you sense its intelligence. It guides choices before thought can intervene. You start declining invitations that don't match your energy. You find yourself smiling without reason. Synchronicities multiply, numbers align, doors open at perfect timing. This is not superstition. It's feedback from coherence. The universe communicates through rhythm. When your vibration matches the rhythm of truth, reality dances with you. Love turns into navigation. You no longer ask, what should I do? You ask, what feels coherent? And coherence never lies. Even silence becomes guidance. Because in the absence of static, the signal of intuition becomes audible again. It whispers in simplicity, go there. Wait here. Rest now. Is the quantum GPS of your soul, precise, effortless, always loving. Eventually, self-love dissolves even the idea of self. Because when every boundary softens, you realize the I you were loving was never separate from the whole. The same consciousness breathing through you breathes through everyone. Worthiness stops being personal, it becomes universal. You look at strangers and see fragments of yourself traveling in different stories. Judgment evaporates. Compassion expands. You stop trying to fix people and start radiating clarity instead. Because love doesn't correct, it calibrates. From that state, service arises naturally. You want to uplift not to prove goodness, but because coherence longs to multiply itself. Your energy becomes medicine, your presence a sanctuary. You don't save the world, you stabilize it by existing authentically. That's the ultimate paradox of self-love. When you finally embody it, the self becomes transparent, and only love remains. Now take a breath. Feel the quiet hum behind your heartbeat, the pulse of creation itself. You are not trying to become worthy, you are remembering that you already are. The field has always responded to your frequency. Every pain was feedback, every joy confirmation. And now you know how to read it, how to tune, how to resonate, how to love. You are not the static, you are the signal. Not the reflection but the light. And every moment you live in coherence, the universe vibrates slightly brighter. So let this be your final affirmation, not as words but as frequency. I am love vibrating itself into form. I am coherence remembering itself through this body of light. And as that vibration moves through you, reality softens. Time bends. The quantum field smiles, because it has found harmony again. You have reprogrammed worthiness. Not by becoming more, but by finally being what you already were. Pure frequency. Pure love. Pure coherence.